This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and you knew it was a matter of time till I tried to control the future. Tried to take control of Standard 2021 Standard, whatever you nerds call it, and blue-white, of course, because blue-white, every format, all the time. Somebody's got to try to make it work. That's what I do. That's who I am in my heart. A cruel, sadistic blue-white mage. I don't get it. Blue-white's supposed to be like law, order, magic, like good stuff. Other decks like come in all like, oh, we're going to attack you. Blue-white's like, I will defend. I will only attack back at you when it's absolutely necessary. And yet we're the bad guys. Everybody just wants to play mono red. They want to embercleave things. That's good. That is proper. Dude, I thought we were I thought we were in a world that could eliminate conflict and we could just grind each other to dust. Anyway, moving into it, I'm sure I triggered some people. Let me know how triggered you are. Controlling this format is pretty difficult because the decks that the decks that are built around mechanics have so much value built into the mechanics that it's really, you can't contain the value. You have to either gain more value than them and close the game somehow, or you have to stop their one big play. Edgewall Innkeeper, Lucky Clover are incredibly hard cards to manage and deal with. Also on that note, the in Mutate, basically anytime they're mutating onto something over and over, if you can't deal with it quickly, you are probably going to lose that game. But Cycling has Zenith Flare, and Cycling can attack you with their early cards while always finding their Zenith Flare. And if you don't exile their graveyard, then the Zenith Flare takes you out. That's why we have 3 Soul Guide Lanterns. Uro is also a problem. Kroxa is also a problem. But really, this is a game changer against Zenith Flare. It's effectively a 1-mana counter future Zenith Flare. So that's, if I'm sure you're wondering. I'm sure this card is sticking out to you like a sore thumb on a highway on a really ugly hitchhiker. Soul Guide Lantern. Zenith Flare. Although also Uro and Kroxa. Just sacrifice it and draw a card against everything else. Glass Casket, catch the Innkeepers, catch the early mutate Polywog symbiotes before they do things. Birth of Meletis, hit your land drops. We actually play a pretty low land count for a control deck at 32. The land is a bit more of a struggle than usual, but Birth of Meletis really helps with that. And 4 Omens of the Sea and 4 Golden Eggs. The other reason we run a lower land count is because we will often flood because we're drawing into cards with Golden Egg and Omen. I upped the Golden Egg count mostly because I was having mana problems. If I was short a blue or short a white for Shatter, because you don't want to play too many tap dual lands. Golden Egg, though, is pretty awesome with YORION. So once you, if you don't do anything else early and you play a Golden Egg, later that being another card is a big deal. YORION is not great in this deck if it's only blinking 1 Omen of the Sea. It needs multiple cards to be able to blink to get that value, so adding Golden Egg made a big difference. I hate Banishing Light, but something's got to deal with Lucky Clover, and it sure can't be Elspeth Conquers Death, so that's where we're at. And just an earlier, quicker removal spell. The biggest problem with Banishing Light in the format is you don't want to play Ugin, and you can't let your opponent play Ugin. If Ugin hits the battlefield, there is much suffering. Omen of the Sun goes with YORION, keeps you alive, but you don't want too many, just 2 of them. 2 Brazen Borrowers to take out opposing Shark Typhoon tokens and do some instant speed stuff, since most of our removal is sorcery speed. All of it, in fact, except for the Borrower. 4 Neutralize, stop Ugin from happening, stop other big things from happening. 2 Archon of Sun's Grace to try to take over the game. You don't want too many of this card, though, because if you don't have the enchantments to go with it, it usually gets wrecked by Brazen Borrowers. Teamer, Clover, plus Bone Crusher Giant just wrecks this. It's not a particularly great card, but it is awesome if you can get it with a YORION and a loop. So 2 is about right. Then we have 4 Shatter the Sky, that shouldn't surprise you. 4 Shark Typhoon, often the win con. I have 4 Elspeth Conquers Death in the finalized version. I had cut this card completely from the deck, and in some of the games you'll see that I add 1 copy or no copies in the games that you're playing. Again, recording from the future, coming to you with what I think is the right list, though, after a lot of experimentation. And I went back up to 4 because early on in this format, I don't think many people knew about it, they weren't playing it, and they were playing the same decks over and over. Elspeth Conquers Death is terrible against Teamer Adventures. It's terrible against Cycling. It's terrible against Mutate with Ranger's Guile, all right? Elspeth Conquers Death was a horrible card for the format because it never exiled anything and took too long to do something useful. As more people have played the format, and I've played against more different decks, against all the brews, against all the nonsense people like to bring, you're really going to need Elspeth Conquers Death. Without it, you just can't keep things in check. And it's one of the only ways to recover from an Ugin if you can actually pull that off. So up to 4 copies in hindsight retrospect. There won't be 4 copies in the deck that you see in some of the games. YORION, Sky Nomad. Big surprise. I like having the 1 you can get for free. I like having the 3. I do add some... There is a reduction in consistency from adding 80 cards to your deck, and you could build a 60 card version, just put this in here and cut some of the really bad cards, but I don't think it would have answers to as many things. For example, cutting the Soul Guide Lantern means now you're just dead to Cycling most of the time. Cutting the Golden Eggs means that your mana gets actually a bit worse, because you end up drawing more tapped lands, and to get your mana right, you have to play tap land thing, and by then you're too far behind. Plus having Golden Egg makes YORION a lot better, so your YORIONs get worse. It's kind of strange. I actually think an 80 card version of this deck is better than a 60. And not just because of the companion, because you can fit more of the answers you need into your deck, and because you can play more basic lands that come into play untapped, unlike... Like this format, the tapped lands will tilt you. I'm telling you. Anyway, way too much explanation. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Slow hand, but wraths. So we'll see what happens. Let's grind into a basic, and we're absolutely doing it. Hope the lantern's good. Hope we're up against a Cycling or a Sacrifice or an Uro. Those are... It's the 3 decks that you're likely to see besides Adventure. I guess the other one is Mono Green, where this is kind of bad. Not fantastic against red either, of course. But those decks are just here and there. People who can't let go of their aggro ways. I'm sure at some point I'll play some of those decks. Giant Killer. Wow. Is this white aggro? When I tried white aggro, I just kept running into Extinction Event. I had to give up. But who knows? Green-white. Interesting. Maybe green-white Adventures. Maybe they mulligan hard for the Edgewall Innkeeper. Just get the lantern down. No value. Like we'd try to put mana with spells. Scoos! Well, we can keep Scavenging Ooze from eating their creatures. That is a thing. When I saw the opponent mulligan, I was concerned we weren't going to play much of a game, but they've put 3 lands together. I don't know if I will be able to do the same. We're going to get to draw an extra card from the lantern here. And then we get an Omen. So it feels like we'll be able to find our lands, but we'll see. Opponent gets in there, says go. Not a lot of action so far. That is not a land. That is a land. But I don't want to shatter the sky yet. I think we can buy some time. Our life total is pretty high, and we've got a lot of things to do with our mana. So let's say go. Always better to shatter at a point in the game where you can also neutralize the next thing the opponent would follow the shatter with. So if we can wait that long, we should. Primal Might. Okay. They took down the wall. So now we can make a shark and eat the giant killer, and then block the ooze in the future. We can also exile the giant killer with the Soul Guide Lantern so that the ooze doesn't get to eat it and get bigger than the shark. Dude, so much lantern. I will never lack light in the darkness. We are a YORION deck. These can find land. Am I likely to tap out for them next turn? I'm not sure. Let's just bottom it, hit more lands. We've definitely got plenty of stuff going on to use our mana. We don't need another dirtily card. Flurry. Cool. Flurry of the nothing in my graveyard to get back. Maybe they forgot what happened to their graveyard. Let's see what happens with the ooze here. Do they have the land to get it back? They do not. And we have another lantern for that. We could make the 2/1/1s, but I think I'll save them for the Lurrus Ambush. Make this more likely to find land. Bottom in some sweet cards. But we have Fabled Passage in the deck. We can shuffle them back. There's a land. Alright, shove Lurrus in the box. Putting legendary creatures in the box is great because then you can get rid of them later by blinking the caskets. Maybe I'll get to show you that trick. Basically, they legend rule each other and then you take back the one that was in play. So what you want to target with your glass caskets and banishing lights, unless you absolutely have to hit other things, are legendary cards and tokens. Ooh, Questing Beast. Is that a counterable thing? Or do we save the neutralize for something more important? I think we tried to trade the YORION with the Questing Beast, to be honest. Take the 4, play the Omen, then blink everything. Try to save the counter for later, to follow the rest. Well, we could Wrath now. But let's see if we can trade the YORION for the Beast. I think that's better. We get so much value off of it. Lantern the Might. Another land and another lantern. We're definitely well stocked on lanterns. We've drawn so many this game, but I'll keep the land. There's the ooze. Yep. Keep them coming. Primal Might again. Okay. That works. Definitely a thing they can do, but we're set up. We're gonna blow it. We're gonna explode all of it. Let's go ahead and draw a card with the lantern. Another Omen. Down to 7. Elspeth conquers death, huh? The ooze doesn't have trample. There is a YORION in the graveyard, though, and the ooze can eat it. So let's blow this up. We can ECD the next thing they find. Bronze-Hide Lion. Here, kitty kitty. Tried so many times to make this card work. It's such a sad card that you can't have a 2-mana 3/3 with an upside ability. Actually, 2 upside abilities do good stuff. Sign of the times. Clunky hand. We have the Casket Banishing Light and the Sweeper. We have a lot of early removal. We don't have the ways to hit land drops we did last game. So we're relying on the deck quite a bit here. And there's a lot more clunky mana and a lot more mulligans in this format, I've found. Not that I'm ever willing to take a mulligan. I'm so resistant to that, it's kind of cringe. Alright, Cove. Red-black attack. Oh, good. Something to put in a box. Although, do I want to ambush it with Omen? Getting the card off it might be really great, actually. Let's do it. The Lantern! Probably not the best draw, but hey. The things we do to not die to a cycling deck. If they have to remove one of these tokens or something, at least they spend their mana doing it. Oh yeah, you can't, like, click, click, block. You have to click, block when they have Menace. Extra clicks. The world is not efficient. Makes me angry. Bonecrusher Giant. Alright. Let's try our egg, and then probably Glass Casket. Second egg. Well, we could get more cards off of this. Just let the opponent keep feeding me, and then sweep them eventually. I think I like that better than shoving the Crusader in a box. We're not at risk of an Embercleave yet. And we do need to hit these lands, so if Crusader wants to help me, I accept. And we have plenty of spare life points lying around now. Hello, it's Torbrand. Everybody give it up for Torbrand. He's come a long way to be here. To muse you. Boom. Interesting that they run a triple red, single black red card. I guess I'm playing something closer to mono red. No, don't take cards I want. I guess Casket is, whatever. Here's the Bone Crushies. So, let's go keep hitting land. The lands must be hit, guys. Don't miss a turn of getting your land drops. Let's play the box. Let's stuff the Bone Crusher Giant into the box. And let's use Omen of the Sea to hit the next land. I know, the opponent gets to use Robber, but we get to scry with Omen. So maybe we can feed them something they don't want. Something useless to them. Alright, so what we leave on top we draw. Okay, this is perfect. We wanted a land, and they exile a land which they can't use. The real question is what's still in this deck? What other nonsense do they have for us? And Annex Hardened in the Forge is indeed a strong card. But we've got some preparations. Archon, nice. That's a very strong card. And we get to use the Banishing Light on the Annex. And trigger the Archon. Making it look easy. One more land and we can get YORION and play YORION the same turn. If we do that with the Archon on the battlefield, oh yeah. Oh yeah. But this might be an Embercleave turn. We'll see what the opponent does. Yeah, we do not want to block with the Archon. They hit an Omen. That must be nice. They really want to put an Embercleave on the Rimrock Knight. So if we just make that less appealing, maybe we just block like this. Because these can swing with lifelink, we can exile the Embercleave. We take 8. That's fine. We gain 5. That glass casket looking better against the lifelink Pegasus. Oh, they have a Heartless Act. Ice cold. Alright. Now what? Elspeth Conquers Death can take away the Embercleave. Then we have 2 mana left over. We can use it with an egg to gain life if we feel we're in that much danger. I guess I should hold that ability up. Bye-bye, Cleave. Pass turn. We'll either Omen, eat the egg, one of those two probably. More robbers. Endless, rich robbing. The opponent has the castle. Alright, let's play Omen now. Try to set them up with bad cards at least once. Don't really want Neutralize. Do I want them to have Neutralize? They can't really do anything with it here, so I guess that's fine. I'll take the passage. As long as I play around it. Like, I don't have to do too many things on their turn. So you go here before it gets shoved in a glass casket. We also block here because of the castle. We don't want to lose the wall. See if the opponent can find an Embercleave with my Omen of the Sea. 2 to the bottom. You love to see that. That's some, oh wow. Really, dude? Really? That just happened? Really? Okay. I'm fine. Every hand has been a 2-lander. Every single one. Now the question is going to be, do we flood out this time? Let's see what they do. Get more information. Omen of the Sea. Yeah, keep the land. Do we keep an Omen of the Sun? I think so. I'm not sure what's going on here, but if it's something mono-green-ish, that's not a terrible idea. I have to exile my own Fabled Passage, but that really doesn't matter. Opponent making food. What a champion. Slam that question beast, man. All good. Mono green. Now that it's in style, they don't want it to go out of style. The people keep it alive. I think I'd take a shot here and go for the Archon. If the Archon resolves and lives a turn, I'm in a really good spot. Green has some of the best removal in the format, oddly, especially when they have a Death Touch creature on the field, but I think we try. At least if they use a Primal Might, we gain the 3 life. Outborn Preserver, huh? Has reach. Down to 12. They missed a land drop, so they have spells in hand. Let's go for the birth. Fetch the planes, play the planes, attack with the Archon, try to counter race with lifelink. Opponent makes another food. Hold up the neutralize. And if they don't play something worth neutralizing, we'll omen. But yeah, people don't realize they're getting counter raced with lifelink until it's too late. What's that gonna do? I guess they can eat the Archon, right? Yeah, they have the food for it. Let's counter that. Opponent not willing to trade the Preserver, that's good. Good to see. Another birth. Hallelujah. Congratulations on the birth of your new wall. Or planes. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Hiya. I think we'll play the egg and the omen. The omen can set it up so that we can have a YORION next turn, which could be awesome. Ooh, shatter. Shatter, baby. We're going to destroy it all. Kogla. No! It's so big! I'll has another Pegasi for the road. Land, sure. With YORION coming up, the land is just fine. The opponent is at 12. They're facing 6 power in the air. That's kind of... wow. The Questing Beast did not attack. I can't explain that one. I really can't. Keep him under pressure. I don't know, you're kind of in danger. I'm in danger too. The question is, do I make them respect the board? Do I YORION? YORION seems pretty great here. With them at 6. Return a human you control gains indestructible. I don't see anything like that. I guess I'm short 1 mana to YORION, but I can buy it. It's enough land. Yep, buy the YORION, play the omen. I don't think they can kill me. I don't believe in it. Another Preserver, yep. Those things do have reach. I was hoping to Banishing Light like either the Goose or the Preserver at a perfect time, but they've got blockers here. Colossal Majesty. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Alright. I think the Garrix one is a lot better than this one, but maybe they run both, who knows. This doesn't have trample? What the heck is wrong with this card? Destroy target thingy. What are you gonna blow up? Take your choice. You get 1. 1 omen down. I guess we'll throw away the land, because eventually the ape might destroy all of the artifacts. This goes off. Do we Wrath here? I think we YORION while we still can. The opponent is definitely at a precariously low life total. Don't say Miss Lethal, they had 2 reach creatures. Get that out of there. Play this. Blink these. No need to blink the Lantern. Their graveyard's empty. These are fine. Fine trinkets for future YORION fun. 23-2. Let's see if the opponent will ever play defense, or if their plan is aggression forever. Aggression and reach, apparently. One, two, three, 4 creatures that can block 3 flyers. We have 2 removal spells. Yeah, we got them. We've got them. They're feeling secure in their reachness, but we have the answers that we slow rolled. So for those of you out there screaming at me to shatter the sky, not let them draw cards, etc., etc., sometimes, and I don't condone this often, sometimes your mostly control deck can win games of Magic by attacking the opponent. It's weird. Doesn't feel right to me either. But sometimes you just gotta do it. The double castle 2-land draw. 5 straight games of 2-landers. It's becoming a bit of a joke now. Oh yeah, that's how you establish dominance, guys. The turn 1 Radiant Fountain. I'll just play this castle tapped. I don't know which I want for the passage. The next land I draw will probably determine what I use the passage to get. Maze Mine Tome. We got a brewer. We got a brewski. Dig for land. Keep the Banishing Light, right? Okay. I'm sure there will be things to banish. I'm not sure that they will be the Tome. The Tome is going to draw them a lot of cards. I don't know if I should play around that or not, but I think what I should do here is just Shark Typhoon and try to keep, you know, land. The thing I say every single game ever. The meme. Land. Maybe it's not Typhoon, maybe it's Omen. We'll see. I have a feeling whatever they're up to, I'm going to need counterspells. This seems like a deck that would run Agonizing Remorse and Ugin. Solemn. Yep. Yep. I see where this is going, and I don't like it. Actually, I'm not sure. I think if I play my Shark Typhoons carefully... No, they'll have instant speed removal. But they can't remove the Typhoon except with an Ugin -6. Interesting. Birth gets a land. I was really hoping for an untapped land. I guess we still have a shot at it. I definitely don't need the Shatter. And I probably shouldn't. It would be greedy, I think, to put the Birth away. Egg. Okay. Definitely slow rolling the passage until I absolutely know I want to use it. Just so I get the right thing. Omen, all right. More solemn. They're getting their Ugin ready, so we're going to have to play a YORION here and get a good blink out of the stuff we have on the board. It is a very good blink, though. We just want to do that before the Ugin takes it all away. Then we Banishing like the Ugin, try to go on with life. Plains found. Glass casket, no. Extra land, not needed yet. Let's bottom those. We love some counter spells, that's for sure. Soul Guide Lantern, I don't know if that does anything against our opponent, so I'll bottom it for now. Come on, neutralize. More Typhoons isn't bad. There's the neutralize. Drop off the Shatter. I don't know that Brazen Borrower is any good. Let's drop it off.
An opportunity to act rashly is a chance to fail.
So opponent's draw was ideal. Tome, Solemns, Ugin. Our draw was ideal. Stuff, YORION. We both got to do our thing. Where does the game go from here? That's going to be the question. What happens next? This is where Elspeth Conquers Death would be a lot better than the Banishing Light, but I'll take it. You know, we do what we can.
Death has never stopped me.
I think what we want to do at some point is play a Shark Typhoon. I know that's going to make some of you very happy. Okay. Do not fight over stuff like that. Their Tome, do not fight over stuff like that. I know it's a lot of cards, but a lot of their cards aren't very good against us. Like Grasp of Darkness. Really the only cards that are good against us are Agonizing Remorse and Ugin. On a gnomon in the sun, we'll be playing and having fun. Let's buy this YORION. But really I'm trying to set up for Typhoon Neutralize. I do think that they can win this matchup. Like, I think if I'm playing this matchup, I would want to be playing it in the mono-black seat. I've thought about this deck a lot, and the thing I can't get past is I don't think it can beat Teamer Adventures. If it could deal with Lucky Clover somehow, I'd be way more enthusiastic about it, but in my mind, it never wins that match. So that's why I haven't touched the mono black deck, and I expect Teamer Adventures to be the most played deck by far in 2021. But I've seen a weird amount of brews lately, basically since I fell out of the top 1,000. Massacre Worm, just going for it. Like, what am I supposed to do about that? Do I have to counter it? I feel like that's a bad play. Alright. I think I need to find like a Shatter for this. I can play the YORION and still have a counter open if they play a second Massacre Worm. Which might be important. So I don't just die to my Omen. Alright. Banishing Light. Off the top of the library. I feel like I should banish the worm. try to save this counterspell. The worm is too risky though to have around. I would have to defend these with counterspells if the opponent started killing them. Hold up the neutralize. Why not Glass Casket the Solemn? It has 4 casting cost, that's why. Have they really just been sitting on 8 mana this whole time? I know they played the Ugin, so they haven't drawn another land. That's pretty impressive. That's how they're keeping up with our cards. They just never draw land. It's epic. Alright, 1 Solemn down. 1 sad robot in the yard. Underworld Dreams. We're just gonna have to, like, what, outgain that? I guess they could run Peer into the Depths for the combo. But yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with that. I can't use a counter on that and expect to win the game. Let's scry. Try to find more good cards to play. Another Neutralize, another Banishing Light. Perfect. Those are good cards to play. Give me that. Way too much damage. And my plan is to blink the YORION, so... I keep using it for scries. I'd be drawing cards. I'd be trying to play more land. There's like 4 cards in that tome. If you scry it, you never really get any. You're not up any cards. Like every time you scry at the top is a disaster. You just did nothing. Actual nothing. There's the Remorse. Alright. They have 6 mana. It's gonna really tilt them. Like if they take the Neutralize here, it's gonna really tilt them when we have it next turn. Heck, we can Typhoon into it now. Second Dreams. Only in Dreams. I don't know. Do we want to counter that? I think they're going for the big combo. I can't beat a Resolved Ugin though. Can I beat this card? I can gain back a bit of the life. Like I'm going really low, but it's not the end of the world. All right, that's fine. They know about the Typhoon now. Will they attack? Because I think we go for it here. They probably have a removal spell or something to punish me a little bit. But that's okay, we want them playing aggressive. Down to 4. YORION. Do we want them to have a Massacre Worm? We can't give them back an Ugin. I don't want to give them back an Underworld Dreams, but do we give them back a Massacre Worm? Nah. They definitely have plenty of ways to kill my permanents. Another neutralize is good. Another omen is good. We've got to keep our life up against the dreams. There's a land. They drew one. Unbelievable. They drew another one. Heartless Act for YORION, sure. So aggressive. What else you got? Okay. Okay. Enough. Enough. The third one? Jeez. Gain some life. That's a late shatter, but okay. There's the Typhoon. Let's go. That is fine. Doesn't scare me a bit. I thought this was the part where you slam Ugin. Apparently not. Omen, gain some life. Make a shark. Yep, crack off those removal spells. I'm sure that your deck is full of them. They've waited all this time to shine. More sharks. More walls. Let's go. Birth the Melitus. Shuffle that YORION away. Feels good. Not really. Alright, so is my Heartless Act going to hit anything in this deck? I think the answer is no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, and 8. If we play this, though, if we play this, we make a shark, but we may not be able to counter something and use a castle. Or scry and use a castle. I think that's a good enough reason to hold it, because it's not very mana efficient this turn. Besides, the opponent's probably sitting on an extinction event. So aggressive. So aggressive. Alright, so Solemn's... I guess they have Massacre Worm, right? So let's double block the Solemn. If they use a removal spell here, that's fine too. The tokens aren't really doing anything but being a liability to the Massacre Worm. $30 cards. Plenty to go. 47 for me. Lots of magic to be played. Pestilent Haze. All creatures get -2/-2. Shark down. There's a card I haven't seen much of. Can also remove loyalty from Planeswalkers, if any of those ever get played in New Standard, ever. No, thank you. Maybe we're supposed to give up the Omen here, because of the Underworld Dreams. The Omen of the Sea, I mean. But I'm still gonna get rid of Omen of the Sun. I just think it's the weaker Omen. Another Typhoon, yes! Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's the answer. You will respect the Typhoon. 6/6 shark. Arrow. Now do we play the casket? No, we'll want to scry if we don't have to neutralize. Ooh, opponent's gonna start paying some life for cards. Necro. All that they need is Agonizing Remorse plus Peer into the Depths. Or Peer into the Abyss? Whatever it is. You know what I mean. They're actually really close to killing me here. Alright, they did nothing. We get to scry again. Try to find those neutralizes, baby. No. I think I've only got one more. Ship those lands to the bottom. Down to 4. Two more life, down up to 6. The journey continues. For Pegasus. Glass casket for nothing, but 2 sharks. Let's examine the bottom of the library. Land City. Alright, they're paying life for these cards. Keep it coming. Make it sting. 16 now. Murderous Rider, you got it. 14. Pestilent Haze, -2/-2, okay. We're learning a lot about their preferences in Magic cards. Murderous Rider, something that can be put in a box. I thought that might be in the deck, but we'd seen so many cards I just started to not believe it. Scry it up. YORION. Down to 5. Do we give them the worm now? We could shatter the sky and kill it, but then we'd take a lot. Not acceptable, but we would get rid of the Underworld Dreams. Okay. Stick a fork in him, he's done. Down to 12 for the opponent, but I still get the effect. Oh man. Yeah, I could give them the worm. Then I Wrath. I don't have the counter shields up for a turn if I do that. I could draw the land, but I bottomed. Oh god, I bottomed a land. Who would know? I would need one more frickin' land. And I give the opponent 2 cards, but I have their Underworld Dreams. I think I do it. I think I do it. I'm gonna draw another card too. I'm going to 2. I'm going to 2! I just died to an Ugin. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Ah, I would get the Omen back. Rip. The Omen would put me up 2 life. Maybe next time. I think I goofed that up. But I don't know if it will be the critical mistake. Let's find out. It's kind of a judgment call, to be honest. There's so much we might find off this Omen that would make it right to have mana available. And there's so many things the opponent could do. Another Casket could hit another Murderous Rider, but I don't think it's that important. Okay. Extinction Event, you got it. Starting to think they only have the one Massacre Worm. So this is the turn. If I can somehow blink the Banishing Light and give it back, would be a good time to Shatter the Sky. Keep scrying, just keep scrying. Another Casket. I'd rather use the Shatter here. We get to draw a card from it. It's not exactly a great card to have sitting around the Casket. Okay, more life. The opponent's actually getting down there. They're down to 10. Wrath that draws me a card? Heck yes. Back down to 4. The opponent is really close though. Like, Omen makes... Oh, Elspeth conquers death. Omen makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 power on end step. If I had one more land, I could also make the castle. Oh, they're drawing! Oh my gosh. I think I got him. That doesn't save him. That does not save him. Swamp. Onto the battlefield. Murderous Rider. Does that? No, that doesn't do it. They must have another removal spell, but we have the Neutralize. The sharks are here, buddy. And they're hungry. Sky full of sharks, baby. What's the weather like today? Today, in your location, you can expect mostly sharky skies, with a high chance of typhoons. Oh my goodness! How much of that game did we spend at less than 7 life and our opponent controlling an Underworld Dreams? Like, an absurd amount of that game was spent that way. Absurd. And I'm back to do a post-game wrap, what we learned, what we played, and this format is really hard to control. When Edgewall Innkeeper and Lucky Clover threaten to run away with the game starting from turn 2, when Cycling starts playing we kill you threats on turn 4 and onward, as well as like Flourishing Fox will just kill you too if you don't have the answer. Like, it's so hard to navigate this format with a control deck that I can't recommend it unless you love it. And you know I love it. I really love it. So I'm going to keep playing decks like this, but if you want to rank up and succeed, I wouldn't recommend this deck. I would recommend that you put your control energy into a deck that has Lucky Clover in it, if you care about your win rate. That's my honest take. But if you're looking to have some fun and play a style of Magic you want to play, this is a pretty cool deck. The counter spells in the format are pretty bad. You really only have one that I consider very playable, which is Neutralize. Don't say Ashiok's Erasure. Don't say Whirlwind Denial. Don't say Rewind. Just don't. Just stop. I don't want to play any of those in my control deck when Edgewall Innkeeper and Lucky Clover come down on turn 1 and 2. No. But pretty cool deck if you want to get into that kind of thing. All right, I'm going to transition out of this deck into a content creator shout out for the day. And today, I am shouting out the Doctor, the new Doctor, The Dr. Spilliking, I probably am very bad at the name. One reason I say it's CGB in every single video is because I just want people to call me CGB. And it's kind of tough. Sometimes I watch people and I don't process how to say their name well, and it's so cringe. But anyway, for you Cool Kids Club who watch the whole video and have enjoyed doing these content creator shoutouts, I really like it. You usually leave in my comments, hey, I really like so-and-so. And then we go to the other person's channel and leave them comments. It's like a raid on Twitch where the stream ends and we all go see another streamer. It's like doing that on YouTube, and you guys are really into it, so I really appreciate that. So today we are YouTube rating, shouting out the Doctor, and Doctor is working here on this pretty sweet video about where they talk about Amonkhet Remastered and State of Design with some other favorites of my own, MTG Jeff and Hello Good Game. And I think that you guys should check out that video. A lot of interesting points, a lot of fun. I have this in incognito window before. You guys love to leave me comments like you're not even subscribed. You love to leave me comments like you haven't watched the video. It's an incognito window, guys. So I don't have to show you all my ugly tabs and my incriminating history. Anyway, enough about me. It's about the Doctor. Go say hello. What should we say? How about because we're the Cool Kids Club? Let's say CGB says you're cool. That is the comment I want you guys to invade. Hit subscribe, leave a like, and leave a comment. CGB says you're cool. And I really recommend this video, the Amonkhet Remastered and State of Design 2020. I thought it was freaking sweet. But all these videos have a pretty sweet style. This guy's got a good vibe. I think many of you, based on your comments on my channel, will enjoy it. So check it out. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.